Greetings, everyone, and welcome. Coming to you today with a facts-only video, and there are only 3 stories that need your attention today. I know that right now, if you are a news hawk and you're watching things in Ukraine and you're watching things between the United States and Russia and Europe, you're not seeing much today. That's because there's not much happening other than a hellish, brutal war on the front lines that is raging nonstop right now. Russia pushing hard in multiple lines, Ukraine defending hard on their own territory. But today there are 3 facts that I want to share with you, and it's the 3 big questions that you're hearing about. The mineral deal, what is the latest on that? And I'm going to give that to you facts only, which means it can change in a day, it can change in 3 days. But as of today, it's the facts only, and I'm going to validate it for you. Secondly, I've got information on Starlinks. Lots of rumors going around that Elon Musk is going to turn the Starlinks off on Ukraine. Not going to happen. Well, not going to happen. And thirdly, how about the next round of peace talks for Ukraine? Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing, liking, and commenting. Let's get straight to it. This is what is happening this Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening in Ukraine. First of all, there is no deal yet. New York Times coming out with their articles, other media sources coming out with their articles. The bottom line is I'm giving you my information from inside Ukraine. So I've put the New York Times there for you. I have a picture of Keith Kellogg there on purpose for you because I'm going to share something with you that you may not know. And of course, Donald Trump up there in the top right with his madness. So here are the facts as of today. The terms are very difficult for Ukraine, period. Ukraine, 50% revenues from natural resources, including minerals, gas, and oil, as well as 50% the revenues from ports and other infrastructure is what would be required. Proceeds from Ukraine's portion of that will go into a fund in which the USA has 100% ownership, and Ukraine will have to contribute to the fund until it reaches $500 billion. Now, I put in parentheses here in the orange, the amount requested from Trump for aid already given. They're pulling this number out of the air. And I know you want to say they're pulling it out of somewhere else, but the fact is that is a wrong number, a false number, but this is the number they're floating out. I can tell you right now, Zelensky wants to counter and change that number from 500 billion to more of a fair number like 100 billion. There's lots going on in these talks right now on the Ukrainian side. The new draft agreement includes provisions on territories currently controlled by Russia. This is what I have been saying for weeks and weeks. When this mineral deal started to be talked about, I run those places. I see the mines. I know where a lot of the resources are. And I know you look at graphics and you look at maps and you look at different things on the internet, but I'm here to tell you right now, in the Lugansk Oblast, in the Donetsk Oblast, and in the Zaporizhia Oblast, where Russia already has serious control, is where a lot of the very, very valuable resources are found. They're in occupied Russian territory. So does Trump have some deal going on behind the scenes with Putin about these resources? They're going to partner together. I don't know. I'm not chasing conspiracies and I'm not chasing rumors. The bottom line is I'm not sure that full understanding is in the White House where all the valuable resources are found. They're under Russian sovereign control right now. I hope they have awareness of that. Who knows what they have awareness of? Zelensky and Ukraine desire to lower the managed fund from 500 billion to 100 billion, in parentheses here, making it more accurate. Additionally, increasing military support as well as post-war security guarantees. Now, we hear the words out there being floated that some of these resources could be used to rebuild Ukraine in the future. And a lot of them are talking about starting in the occupied territories, which is madness. Of course, that has to be rebuilt, but it can't be occupied. It has to be Ukrainian, and the occupier is gone. So as of right now, there is no deal. And Keith Kellogg, this is from Ukrainian media, may be returning, and he may be already there, to Washington with further information personally in his hand from Ukraine regarding the deal. We will have to wait and see. I've been talking to Ukraine a lot today, and the mood there is not the best. I've been talking to my moderation team, and the mood is not the best. And I'm encouraging everybody, and if you're watching this video, please share, like, and comment. These are the facts, guys. There's not much else to talk about today. These are the facts of what's happening today, February the 22nd, about 1 in the afternoon here in the United States, 8 p.m. inside Ukraine. No deal yet. Patience is required. The bottom line is the United States wants Kyiv to give up much more in the minerals agreement than Ukraine paid for its defense. That's a fact. I mean, I hate to use this term, but it's as if Ukraine is being raped, to be quite honest. And it's extremely unfair. Up in the right hand, you can see there a picture of Stefanchuk and Mike Johnson. This is back when Stefanchuk was in the United States. You can see the handshake there. It is when the times were different. But he plays a major story today that you need to understand. Rada speaker Stefanchuk told Japanese television channel NHK today that the deal on minerals is unlikely to be signed this weekend, as previously reported by U.S. media. So we hear the U.S. media, the European media, oh, Zelensky's going to sign it. They're going to sign it. He's being pressured to sign it. The deal's not right. The deal's not fair. The deal is wrong. It is a Russian deal. It is a Trump-Putler deal, and it's not right. So no signing yet. And Stefanchuk telling Japanese media starting early next week, what's that, Monday? Maybe. The Ukrainian government will begin working seriously on concluding an agreement on mineral resources and security guarantees with the U.S. presidential administration. This also includes, ladies and gentlemen, Zelensky is desiring to get to Donald Trump. He wants to sit with Donald Trump. He wants to meet with Donald Trump. He wants to have a personal conversation with Donald Trump way before Donald Trump would ever sit down with Vladimir Putin. So starting early next week, Ukrainian government begin working seriously on concluding an agreement on mineral resources and security guarantees with the U.S. presidential administration. So guys, I think we're very accurate in reporting this as facts only. For today, there's no mineral deal, nor do we expect one. If that changes, we'll come out with another video. We'll go live because it will be a huge game changer for this war and for the future of where we're going. Now, to address two other top stories that are floating around today, floating around social media, floating around Twitter, it is the evil one, Elon Musk, with all of his power. He can turn Starlink on and off. The bottom line is this: you have a tweet coming out from Krzysztof Hokalski. He is the Polish Minister of Digitalization. And I can tell you this because our organization, Zhenya, and all of you guys helping us financially, we've given 8 Starlinks to Frontline units. Starlink for Ukraine was paid for by Poland. So there is no reason to disable it. Polish Minister of Digitalization, Krzysztof Hokalski. We pay and will continue to pay a subscription fee for satellite internet for Ukraine. I cannot imagine that anyone would make a decision to terminate a business contract for a commercial service, one of the parties to which is Poland. Well, Mr. Hokalski, I couldn't imagine a lot of the things that we're seeing right now, but I'm very thankful for your words. And I do believe also that Starlink will not be turned off. I can tell you Ukraine working on alternatives. But guys, you need to know something. If you are here today and you believe that Russia is not using Starlink, then I have oceanfront property to sell you in Denver, Colorado. Russia uses Starlink every day. I have dozens of hours of video to prove it. It's just a known fact. So when you think about turning the Starlink off, it's going to affect Ukraine, and Russia doesn't have Starlink. Baloney, guys. They've hacked it. They're using Starlink. I was watching Russian media today where there were 20 Starlinks lined up, and Russian soldiers were saying, thank you for your donations, for giving the Starlinks for our guys. Da-da-da-da-da. It's a war. Both sides. Ukraine, of course, using Starlink, and it's so beneficial. But don't think for a second that Russia doesn't use it also. But with all the rhetoric going on with Elon Musk and all of his madness, the minister of Poland, Krzysztof Hokalski, saying, don't even think about it. It's Poland's deal, and we pay our bills. Therefore, if you turn these off, we have a problem. Good, and kudos on you, Poland, stepping up strong. Now, guys, here is the biggest one. Donald Trump announces second round of Ukraine peace talks with Russian diplomats. You can see a look on Zelensky's face there. Ladies and gentlemen, I have looked at this as hard as I can look at it, and I can tell you as of right now, Ukraine is not invited to this meeting. You may ask, where will this meeting be? It will be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the same place, the same table. It looks like it's going to be the same people. And as of right now, Zelensky and an Ukrainian delegation is not invited to that meeting. And they have just openly talked about it. I've looked at this in multiple places, inside Ukrainian media, outside international media, and it's not about talks where Russia and United States relationship building, just a summit between these two nations working together. They are flat out now calling it peace talks. How can there be peace talks when the invading nation is not there? Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the edge of unprecedented chaos. I'm seeing the repeat of history when Czechoslovakia and the other nations in the beginning, early stages of World War II were not invited to the table. Now, Ukraine, as of right now, not invited to this table. And we've moved beyond calling it just a summit or a talk between Russia and Ukraine. We're just calling it peace talks. Well, my friends, you cannot talk about peace in Ukraine if Ukraine is not there. Thank you for being here. This is the facts up to the minute on this Saturday. Thank you guys and be blessed. We'll be back at you. Planning a live tomorrow with Zhenya from Inside Ukraine. Make sure you're not there. And I may pop on some other lives with other guys over the next couple of days as well. Be blessed. And if anything changes, I'll be back at you.